I've accomplished a lot since leaving the Imperial prison. I've saved the world alongside Emperor Martin Septim. I've done only what I could have dreamed one could, especially when facing a slow death in prison. I should be proud of what I've done, and I guess I am realizing that I did do something quite heroic and special. Time will catch up to me, and it will sink in. But until then, I have a great big enemy to face. Myself. Or more accurately, my own fears. Yes, it's Vilja. My fear of losing her. This has stood in the way of me for too long. It's prevented me from pursuing something more serious between us. I know I've been keeping myself extremely busy with my adventures and defeating great evils, but these are going to have to be put on hold even for just a day. I feel I must focus on Vilja right now, meaning our relationship. For too long have I let it grow on its own. I think it's hit its limit. From here on in, it will require a more helpful hand guiding it. I've been too cautious, too scared. This isn't me. I was much more assertive with women before my years of imprisonment. I suppose I was just consumed with the fear of losing her, before even having her as a love to begin with. No more. From here on in, Malcolm Montrose will be his old self. Or a more assertive old self. I admit, women have been very aggressive with me in the past, and I sort of gave in to their advances, even if it was just for casual sex. Now that I think of it, that was a fair number of women from my mid-teenage years to my time in the Imperial prison. But this is different. With Vilja. As I said before, I do feel that I love her. This silly Nord woman who is just as timid as I've been. It would seem that someone must make the first move, and if she won't, then that leaves it to me. I've defeated Maroon's Dagon and Umaril the Unfeathered among a great number of lesser enemies. Why should spending time with Vilja and telling her how I feel seem so much more difficult? It shouldn't be, so I will ask her if she would like to spend an evening together. Well, my garden is growing. I have tried to enchant the place with more sunlight coming through, but it seems to be sufficient, almost like there was an enchantment already in place. I just added to it. Oh yeah, I even have butterflies. It's actually very nice. I haven't been here in a few months, and kind of missed it. Just a little cozy in the bed area. It's a miserable day outside. I know I have to go to Anvil and get another horse.
I don't have enough useful ingredients on me to make any really useful potions today.
Well, Vilja, go and help yourself to the garden over there. Weak poison. Take the lesser soul gem. I'm not gonna get soaked here, but the weather is just awful. I was hoping to read. Maybe I'll just stay here. Sit on the edge of my bed. I have found a lot of new books here to read that I haven't read. Half of them I have read in the past, but some of them I have not. So, let's pick one of the books. How about we'll start at the beginning? A less rude song. I know this is a very short one. By Anonymous. They say the Iliac Bay is the place to barrel around, without a bit of apparel on, as advertised in that carol song, a tune that's sung as the west wind blows, about its lovely not wearing any clothes. Ladies singing high notes, men singing lows, implying that the most luscious depravity and complete absence of serious gravity can only be found in the waterous cavity of Iliac Bay. If you are the type who is more a sinner than a sinned, you'll find it all in Morrowind. But the truth, my child, is that nothing more wild than an ordinary fashion, kind of slightly mad passion, can be detected, if at all, in Sentinel and Daggerfall. Whatever your odd needs, feathered, scaled, or finned, you'll find it all in Morrowind. It's an invention of bards that Bretons and Redguards have more than some staid fun and suffer deviant fornication. Oh wait, I never took part in that. No, I'm a Breton. Anyways, for the most madness, not the least. The wise debaucher heads out east, where your once steely reserve is now merely tinned. You'll find it all in Morrowind. Well, I did have that relationship with that Breton woman in Morrowind, and there was a lot of debauchery whenever we could get into, whenever we were alone, and there was a lot of load time. In Morrowind there is sin, but pray do not confuse Dunmer variety with that found in tepid Western society, compared to which it nearly is piety. It isn't terribly ingenious calling it prudery, observing the dark elf aversion to nudity. After all, the preferred sort of ludity in these parts is far more pernicious. Pernicious? No, pernicious. It's not a word I really say, although I have read that many times in my head. To say it out loud is different. From the Ashlanders to the wettest fishes, you'll find pleasure and pain quite delicious in Morrowind. If you find yourself with unkind kinship with your kin, you'll find it all in Morrowind. Well, I was there for about a year, and I didn't actually take part in any debauchery with Dunmer women, though I did see quite a few attractive ones. Well, I still am a bit shy. I was even more so back then. Alright, that's a less rude song. Now, here's another book, A Short Life of Uriel Septim VII. Now, has this been updated? No. Well, it's now 14 years since then, so I've read this before I went into prison. I think I read it at the Arcane University. Or maybe back at home, I forget. A Short Life of Uriel Septim VII by Rufus Hain. Third Era, 368 to 389, strategist and conciliator. Yeah, it's been 14 years since it was updated, so it's going to be a little out of date. It doesn't talk about how or when he died. The early decades of Emperor Uriel's life were marked by aggressive expansion and consolidation of imperial influence throughout the empire, but especially in the east, in Morrowind and Blackmarsh, where the empire's power was limited. Imperial culture was weak, and native customs and traditions were strong and staunchly opposed to assimilation. During this period, Uriel greatly benefited from the arcane support and shrewd counsel of his close advisor, the imperial battlemage Jagger Tharn, which was a huge mistake. The story of Uriel's marriage to the Princess Kalia Voria is a less happy tale, though she was a beautiful and charming woman, and greatly loved and admired by the people. The Empress was a deeply unpleasant, arrogant, ambitious, grasping woman. She snared Uriel Septim with her feminine wiles, but Uriel Septim thereafter soon regretted his mistake and was repelled by her. They heartily detested one another and went out of their ways to hurt one another. Their children were the victims of this unhappy marriage. With his agile mind and vaunting ambition, Uriel soon outstripped his master in the balanced skills of threat and diplomacy. Uriel's success in co-opting House Slalu as an advance guard of imperial culture and economic development in Morrowind is a noteworthy example. However, Uriel also grew in pride and self-assurance. Jagger Tharn fed Uriel's pride, and hiding behind the mask of an outpaced former master counselor, Tharn purchased the complete trust that led finally to Uriel's betrayal and imprisonment in Oblivion, and Tharn's secret usurpation of the imperial throne. Third Era, 389 to 399, betrayed and imprisoned. Yeah, this is the bad times, isn't it? This is right before the miracle in the West, in High Rock. Little is known of Uriel's experience while trapped in Oblivion. He says he remembers nothing but an endless sequence of waking and sleeping nightmares. He says he believed himself to be dreaming, and had no notion of the passage of time. Publicly, he had long claimed to have no memory of the dreams and nightmares of his imprisonment, But from time to time, during the interviews with the Emperor that formed the basis of this biography, he would relate details of nightmares he had, and would describe them as similar to the nightmares he had when he was imprisoned in Oblivion. He seemed not so much unwilling as incapable of describing the experience. But it is clear that the experience changed him. In Third Era 389, he was a young man, full of pride, energy, and ambition. During the Restoration, after his rescue and return to the throne... I didn't miss anything, did I? No. He was an old man, grave, patient, and cautious. He also became conservative and pessimistic, where the policies of his early life were markedly bold, even rash. Uriel accounts for this change as a reaction to and revulsion for the early teachings and counsel of Jagar Tharn. However, Uriel's exile in Oblivion also clearly drained and wasted him in body and spirit, though his mind retained the shrewd cunning and flexibility of his youth. The story of Tharn's magical impersonation of the Emperor, the unmasking of Tharn's imposture by Queen Baron Zaya, and the roles played by King Eadwire, Rhea Silmain, and her champion in assembling the Staff of Chaos, defeating the renegade Imperial battlemage Jagar Tharn, and restoring Uriel to the throne, is treated at length in Stern Gamboge's excellent 3-volume biography of Baron Zaya. There is no reason to recount that narrative here. Summarized briefly, Jagar Tharn's neglect and mismanagement of imperial affairs resulted in a steady decline of the Empire's economic prosperity, allowed many petty lords and kings to challenge the authority of the Empire, and permitted strong local rulers in the east and the west to indulge in open warfare over lands and sovereign rights. Third Era 399 to 415, Restoration, the Miracle of Peace, and Vardenfell. During the Restoration, Uriel Septim turned from the aggressive campaign of military intimidation and diplomatic accommodation of his earlier years, and relied instead on clandestine manipulation of affairs behind the scenes, primarily through the agencies of the various branches of the Blades. A complete assessment of the methods and objectives of this period must wait until after the Emperor's death, when the voluminous diaries archived at his country estate may be opened to the public, and when the Blades no longer need to maintain secrecy to protect the identities of its agents. Two signal achievements of this period point to the efficacy of Uriel's subtle policies: the Miracle of Peace, also popularly known as the Warp in the West, that transformed the Iliac Bay region from an unruly assortment of warring petty kingdoms into the well-ordered and peaceful modern counties of Hammerfell, Sentinel, Wayrest, and Orsinium, and the colonization of Vardenfell, presided over by the skillful machinations of King Helseth of Morrowind and Lady Baron Zaya, the Queen Mother, which brought Morrowind more closely into the sphere of imperial influence. Third Era 415 to 430, the Golden Peace, King Helseth's court, and the Nine in the East. Following the Miracle of Peace, best described in Per Vedderson's Daggerfall on Modern History, which I have read, the Empire entered a period of peace and prosperity comparable to the early years of Uriel's reign. With the Imperial Heartland and West solidly integrated into the Empire, Uriel was able to turn his full attention to the east, to Morrowind, exploiting conflicts at the heart of Morrowind's monolithic tribunal religion and the long-established Great House system of government, and taking advantage of the terrible threat that the corrupted divine beings at the heart of the tribunal religion presented to the growing colonies on Vardenfell. Uriel worked through shadowy agents of the Blades and through the court of King Helseth in Mournhold, to shift the center of political power in Morrowind from the Great House councils to Helseth's court, and took advantage of the collapse of the Orthodox tribunal cults to establish the Nine Divines as the dominant faith in Hlalu and Vardenfell districts. Hesfat Antibolus's treatment of the establishment of the Nine in the East in his 4-volume Life and Times of the Nerevarine is comprehensive. However, he fails to resolve the central mystery of this period. How much did Uriel know about the prophecies of the Nerevarine, and how did he learn of their significance? The definitive resolution of this and other mysteries must await the future release of the Emperor's private papers, or a relenting of the Blade's strict policies of secrecy concerning their agents. Well, now might be the time. But I know there's a lot of chaos going on in the Empire. This book, The Black Arrow, I found here. I don't know if the former owner of this tower stole it or not, but Anyways, I don't want to sell it until after I read it. It's a very good book. I've read this before. Now, there's another book here, but it has nothing to do with the actual story. Where is it? Oh, Frostcrag Spire Memoir. So the previous owner, I take it, wrote this out, and I'm curious. I found this among the... Or did I read this when I first came here? I'm not sure. We'll read it again. As I pen this, I gaze upon the walls of my home and remember the very day its design came to fruition. Although it seems like yesterday, it was actually many years ago. I was an impetuous wizard. I wasn't simply satisfied living at the Arcane University. I spent years coming up with a design for my home. A place where I could practice my magic in peace and keep myself away from the prying eyes of my colleagues. I pored over tomes and dusty scrolls, scoured the bookshops of the land, and even delved into ancient ruins, looking for inspiration. Finally, as I rested my weary body at the camp outside of Bruma and marveled in awe at the majesty of the Jarrow Mountains, I became inspired. Like a madman, I began to sketch exactly what I wanted my grand dwelling to look like. It wasn't long before I had completed my masterpiece, put down my quill, and took a step back to see what I had wrought. Frostcrag Spire was born. And now, as age overwhelms me and the glow is dying from my eyes, I wish to give the spire to you. The thought that my dream could one day crumble to ruin fills me with sadness. I know that you'll take care of your new home, and if need be, restore it to its former glory. Please, heed my instructions carefully. There's much to tell, and the strength drains from my limbs. Frostcrag Spire contains many wonderful inventions. I've spent my whole life perfecting them, and I hope you'll put them to good use. My pride and joy is the Atronach altar. By bringing 3 salts from the very same creatures to this altar, you can summon an Atronach familiar to do your bidding. It will obey your simple commands and defend you in times of need. Should you tire of it, simply speak to it and dismiss it. These fine creatures have protected me in my travels, and should be of great use to you. With permission from the Arcane University, I've had a spellmaking and an enchanting altar placed in the tower as well. You have but to provide the mage tallow candles to power them, and they will serve you well, which I've already done. Working closely with my good friend Sindarian, you knew Sindarian, the master alchemist of Skingrad, I had developed the Frostcrag apparatus table. This table is for the discerning alchemist, and should help even the most difficult brews become easier to create. I've also reseeded my alchemy conservatory with the best ingredients Cyrodiil has to offer, and some from beyond her borders. Yes, like Oblivion. Finally, I have created a portals to all the mages' guilds in Cyrodiil. This should make it easier to travel to them in times of need. I've entrusted most of my belongings to Orlinwe at the Mystic Emporium in the Market District of the Imperial City. There you'll find everything you need to bring Frostcrag Spire back from the dead. She may require compensation for her time and care watching these special items, but I assure you, it's well worth the coin. Please take care of Frostcrag Spire. She was my home, and much of myself is infused with the stone and mortar. May your journeys be safe, and the roads you travel free of danger. Well, interesting that he wrote that, because I have not read this book. And, Orlinre, whatever her name, she charged quite a lot of septums for all the things to for those mage candles, so it was ridiculous. Let's put this in there. So I have some other books to read in the future. Well, let's see. I have 5 fire salts, but frost salts. Refined frost salts. Void salts. Now, that is something that I would want to try. To make a golem. Make a minion out of it. The Atronach altar. What type of Atronach familiar would I wish to summon? Storm. I believe it's the strongest of them all. Hello, Atronach? What is your command? Well, you can follow me. Well, that's interesting. Maybe it'll make up for Fergus. Unless it starts attacking cats in the cities. Well, for now... I mean, let's stop. All I have to do is dismiss it, right? So everything's fine. Also, speaking of new things that I created, I have a new healing spell that I named Regenerate. It restores health over time, 50 seconds. So I'm going to try using that as my main healing, but we'll see. Hello, Vilja.
Tell me honestly, which do you prefer? Dark hair or blonde?
Dark hair, blonde, of course.
I really do hope that you don't believe the nonsense about blonde girls being ditzy.
Well, all the blonde women in my family were redheads. Or, sorry, all the women in my family were redheads. You know, all the blonde women in my family were redheads. They were all redheads. I don't really know. You're probably the only blonde woman I've had this much exposure around. You're not ditzy, you're just different. A little strange, but let's just talk for a while.
Of course. Is there anything in particular that you would like to discuss?
Strange, but not so much in a bad way.
Tell me, what's on your mind?
You look very pretty today.
Thank you.
Alright, but let's talk about something else.
What's on your mind, dear?
Let's talk about our companionship.
I wish you would look after your armor a bit more often. I don't want to nag, but it scares me when you're not well protected.
I'm actually not bad at keeping it together. I'll look at it after. I'm pretty sure I have it all completely repaired. So let's talk. How about a cozy evening at home?
Oh, that would be lovely. We could get some ham and potatoes and
Ham?
strawberries
Potatoes?
and a bottle of wine, and then we could just relax together. I wonder if we have any wine and ham and potatoes and strawberries at home.
I have strawberries.
Else we'll have to
and
buy
wine.
it. Tell you what, I arrange the wine if you
Okay.
get the other things.
Ham and potatoes. Well, it should be easy enough to buy in Coral. Okay, well, let's go.
Sure.
Actually sounds like fun. Oh, it is. Well, we better get going now, actually. I guess I'll get the horse in the morning. Let's go to Coral. Oh. Grab Animal Mages. Roma. A batch. I think I tried taking it and nothing happened. We're all here. Let's go.
Bah! Get out of my sight!
That Altmer woman is very rude. Alright, ham and potatoes then. I have strawberries on me. I hope this doesn't scare people. We have to hurry, right?
Oh, hello.
I don't like those. I want to go.
Well, people aren't freaking out. I guess they just think it's a wizard's pet. Well, it is. Let's go see at the local inn about ham and potatoes.
You look like a shrewd businessman.
Okay, the atronach got in the way.
What? The Grey Mare isn't a bad place to stay.
Hello?
Welcome to the Oak Enclosure. This one is Talisma, your hostess. Our rooms and food are at your disposal.
Okay. Hey, what can you tell me about Coral?
The Oak Enclosure is the place of choice for well-bred visitors to Coral.
Well-bred.
The Grey Mare is more suitable for others.
Heard any good rumors lately?
Picked up a good book at Renoir's this week. Sure wish I could read it.
Maybe the Black Arrow Part 2 could be there. I should go look there. Or I can go to the Imperial City to this bookstore there. Alright, let's see what you
Need a
have.
bite to eat? Maybe something to wash it down with?
Please have potatoes. Ham. You don't have any of them. There's strawberries here. I'll buy these.
A bargain at any price.
Well, there's one potato.
A bargain at any price.
But no ham. Oh wait, there's plenty of ham here. How could I have missed that?
You're a fine negotiator.
I'm gonna get your beef. I don't know if I can give boar meat to Wolfgang, but Yeah, here's the... I don't know why they have... Well, 3 out of the 4 books. I think it's 4 books. I could be wrong. It could be just 3. The regular biography of Queen Baranzaya. The Argonian account. I've only seen... I think I have book 4 back in Frostcraig's Spire. I don't have any of the other ones. And here's the real Baranzaya, which I have read through.
Come back and see me again.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yes, I like the grey mare as well.
She
There's
and
been
well.
trouble with smugglers.
That cough didn't sound good. I can just get one more potato, so we'd have 1 potato each instead of having to split it. I know it's a large potato, but... Hello.
What is it now?
That good old Nord hospitality, which I so missed. Hey, do you know Dharma?
Dharma is the daughter of Cednius, the owner of Northern Goods and Trade. You'll often find her out taking the air near the Great Oak.
No. Heard any rumors lately?
Ariella Dorn really needs to do something about her husband. The man's lost his mind. Thinks he's part ogre.
Part ogre? Well, that does sound a little crazed. Sheogorath has taken him. Okay, so let's see what you
Only
have.
quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
You at least have 1 more potato. What's
That's
with
a
the
good
shortage of
deal.
potatoes? I love potatoes. She has strawberries, too. I'll take your beef. I can give them to Wolfgang. He's been a good dog.
Another satisfied customer.
He's been a good wolf. Hey, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Definitely wouldn't want to rent a room
Thank you.
here. Hey, Wolfgang. Well, the Atronach's not attacking the cats, so that's... Oh, wait, is there any cats who attack? There was a cat inside of that inn over there. Let's go. And Wolfgang, here. I give him a ham. He's happy. Okay.
You look like someone who's...
Shut up, Orc.
Heavy armor.
You look like someone that needs their head bashed in. Alright, so, yeah, my armor's in good condition. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Vilja. Well, there's plenty of wine here. I do like wine, but there's also some cheap wine here.
Maybe we should repair our armor.
It's really Brothers is fine. Alright, Vilja.
What's on your mind, friend?
I have the ingredients. Let's sit down.
Sure.
Well, maybe, just maybe, I should get out of my armor. It is a little bulky and unwieldy. Robe of glib tongues. And where's my gold trim shoes? There we go. Well, what is it doing? I hope you're not going to be knocking stuff over on the table there, Mr. Atronach. You're making it sound like there's a storm inside my place. Okay, you know what? Follow me. I want you to be right here. And if any orc tries to come in here, you kill it immediately. That is your order. You wait here. There. No, don't bug us, please.
That's something I'd like to talk to you about.
Yes?
Have you got a minute?
Mm-hmm. Tell me your thoughts.
I feel so sad when I see the body of an adventurer all dead and curled up. I wonder, is anyone waiting for them at home? I will never go into the dark alone again, now that I have met you.
Oh, wow.
I wish we could take the bodies out and give them a decent burial. Or possibly leave a little shrine. Or something.
I do have this grave spell to send them to the nearest grave. I could do that, but I don't really come across many dead adventurers. I have seen adventurers out there. I've met one that joined us in a quest, some Argonian. It was a while back. So, let's talk.
Of course.
Okay. Let's see. I have strawberries for you.
Oh, how wonderful. I really love strawberries.
Okay, well,
Anytime.
let's go up to my room. Really should hire a maid. Just the two of us, or three of us, I suppose. Oh, I don't know why I'm so tired.
I guess it's a bit too early for a cozy supper yet, don't you think so?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe at 7 or 8 would be better?
Well, it's almost that time.
Talk later.
I don't know why you want to eat so late. I really do like this home. Oh, excuse me. I don't know why I'm so tired. I don't think I slept very well in my bed in Frostcrag Tower. Vilja, it's about that time, isn't it? Oh, close. Well, I don't know. When I'm at home, I don't really do much cleaning. I just kind of pass the time, read or sleep. Hey, Wolfgang. How about you sit down? Lie down. You don't want to lie down? There we go. More comfortable that way. Well, let's just wait until it's time to, I guess we can start cooking what we have now. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so while the ham is frying, I'll just get the potatoes in a pot and put it in the oven. Uh-oh! Oh my, I really wish we had a maid. Well,
I guess I should stick with my diet, but I'm so hungry.
well, you're in luck. Here.
So, do you think it's time for a cozy supper now?
Yes, so don't start snacking. Yes, indeed.
You know, I'm so glad that you suggested this. It's so good to spend an evening at home together with you. We should do this more often.
Oh, you brought the wine. Good.
Let's sit down together.
All right, well, I'll take this chair
Aren't you hungry? I certainly am.
then. Yes. Well, we have our potatoes and we have our ham. We are terrible cooks. Just god-awful. But, I should say God's awful. But, we know how to take care of ourselves. And that's something I learned in the Imperial Legion, how to cook for myself. And I guess I kind of put that to rest over the years I was in prison. But once I got out, I put all my knowledge to use, and I've been cooking terrible meals since. Same with Vilja. Neither of us are very good cooks, but, yeah. The food is alright.
I hope you're enjoying our evening at home.
You look very pretty today.
My mom always says that if you feel happy, you look pretty. And I do feel happy today.
Well, I already gave her a strawberry. Let's play a game.
Oh, I'd love that. What shall we play?
Rock, paper, skizzers, as you like to call it.
Sure. Let's see who wins 5 times. 1, 2, 3.
Rock.
Paper.
Ah.
Ha! I win. 1, 2, 3.
Scissors.
Scissors. No one wins. 1, 2, 3.
Rock.
Rock. No one wins. 1, 2, 3.
Paper.
Rock.
Ah, gotcha.
Blasted. 1, 2, 3.
Paper.
Paper. No one wins. 1, 2, 3.
Rock.
Rock.
Ah,
No one wins. 1, 2, 3.
Scissors.
Rock. Ha!
Ah,
I win. 1, 2, 3.
paper.
Rock.
Ah,
Blasted.
we're even. 2-2.
1, 2, 3.
Paper.
Rock.
Gotcha.
Blasted. 1, 2, 3.
Scissors.
Paper.
Gotcha.
Blasted.
One more.
1, 2, 3.
Rock.
Scissors.
Got you.
Blasted. You have won. You want to try again?
No, that's fine. Not right now.
Alright. Some other time then.
Why do you call it skizzers?
Talk later.
I'm
Oh.
hungry.
Yeah, let's just keep finishing our meal.
Friendship is a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I used to feel so lonely in Cyrodiil, but that has completely changed.
I used to feel so lonely in prison. Well, that's completely changed now. Everything's changed there. It was a horrible 8 years of my life, actually. I never want to repeat it. What's going on?
I hope you are enjoying our evening at home.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about yourself.
You know, one day when you have completed all the things that you have to do here in Cyrodiil, I would love to show you Morrowind.
Well, I've seen
Morrowind is a strange place.
I've seen some of it.
Filled of beauty and violence. The Dunmans are a bit harsh, but once you get to know them, they are wonderful people.
Well,
Vajevek, where I used to live with my sister, is a strange city, built on platforms in the water. We stayed in the foreign quarters area.
I did too.
There strangers are welcome,
For a little while.
also outlanders. Else the residents can be a bit less happy about having Cyrodiil people around.
Yeah, I know. I don't really
The
have...
nature is very special in Morrowind. There are swamp trees, grasslands, and the powerful sandstorms of the Red Mountain. Morrowind isn't as pretty as Cyrodiil, but it has other qualities. It's wild. It's beautiful. One has to go there and experience it to understand. I think
I've
you would
seen
love it.
some of it.
You seem to be the right kind of person to fit in there instantly.
You think so? Well, I mean, I experienced a lot of ash storms because that's where the ruins, the Dwemer ruins were in the Ashlands. So I've seen enough of the Ashlands and ash storms for a lifetime, thank you. But I don't know, I don't really think I ever really felt welcome by the Dunmer. They, a lot of them outright hated foreigners. Vilja?
What a lovely idea to spend the evening at home. I'm so glad you suggested it.
Tell me your thoughts.
What are your thoughts on necromancy?
I find it repulsive.
Yes, I thought you would say that. I can't stand it either.
Well, we're in accord there.
Talk later.
Well, I'm still eating. Anything else you want to talk about?
What a lovely idea to spend the evening at home. I'm so glad you suggested it.
It's my pleasure.
And it's much appreciated.
Much appreciated, huh? You do look very pretty today, honestly.
Do you think so? You know, I was actually just wondering if I would look prettier if I cut my hair short.
No.
What do you say?
You've brought this up a few times before. Please don't change your hair.
You mean that you like it the way it is?
Mm-hmm.
How sweet of you. Tell you what, I'll think it over a bit longer before I decide.
Please don't cut it.
Goodbye.
Well, I'm almost done.
I hope you're enjoying.
Mm-hmm. I am. Tell me your thoughts.
Tell me honestly, do you ever regret that you asked me to stay here with you?
Not for a second.
Is it true? Oh, I'm so glad to hear those words from you. You see, it means so much to me that we are here together.
To tell you the truth, Vilja, you're more than just a friend to me.
I know. And to tell the truth, you are also more than a friend to me. There is something more between us, isn't it?
Definitely.
I just don't know what to call it. Yet.
Yet.
Goodbye.
Well, I'm going to finish my meal. All done. Well, we do have the wine. Yeah, Wolfgang. I am getting a little tired. Well, this is my favorite spot to read. I've already read enough today, though. I wish this window let in a little
We
bit more
should
light.
spend more evenings like this at home.
You think
It's
so?
so nice to relax together after a long day of hard work.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Vilja.
I hope you're enjoying our evening at home.
Tell me about yourself.
I have to admit that I never was a particularly good barmaid. I was too shy to joke with the customers. And on top of that... Well,
Yes?
quite frankly, I am so horribly ticklish. And the customers at Count's Arms in Anvil all noticed.
Really?
You bet they had fun trying to tickle me. I don't know how many trays with food that I dropped. Wilbur was a sweetheart though. He never complained. He just sighed. But I think he might have been just a tad bit relieved when I quit my work after buying Bruce.
Yes, I've got to go buy that horse. My own white horse, I guess.
I wish I had some ingredients that I could use for this.
As I said, Frostcrag Tower, take what you want.
What a lovely idea to spend the evening at home. I'm so glad you suggested it.
Tell me your thoughts.
What do you think of Heneri?
Well, I think she's a bit of a lunatic, actually.
Yes, I guess in a way you're right about that. However, she is a nice lunatic, don't you think so? Way nicer than her daughter.
I don't know her daughter like you do.
Anytime.
Well, we should get on to the wine part now.
I finished my meal now, but if you want to sit a little longer, I certainly do not mind. It's much nicer than dungeon crawling.
Care for another drink?
Sure. I'll wait here while you go and get me one.
Well, that's the wine that you gave me.
Have you got a drink for me?
Yes, I have.
Lovely. For me?
Mm-hmm.
Great. I like Skingrad wines. Have I told you that I worked in the vineyard for a while?
Yes, you mentioned it a couple times.
Talk later.
Well, time to
If
have
you give
wine.
me ingredients that I can use, I try to make some useful potions. But don't give me anything too fancy. I'm not that good at it.
Afraid if I drink enough wine, I'm just gonna go to sleep right after.
I think 10 Commands, 9 Divines is probably the worst piece of crap I ever read.
I think ABC for Barbarians is the worst. I can't believe they actually published that. I don't tend to drink wine fast. I mean, that's kind of a Nord thing, just to guzzle everything in front of them. Really can't believe I'm part Nord. Vilja.
What a lovely idea to spend the evening at home. I'm so glad you suggested it.
Tell me about yourself.
Did I ever tell you about my time in Bruma, when I was working as a castle servant? The work was horrible. Most of my time I spent scrubbing floors. Have you ever been to the Bruma castle? The floors are so cold. Sometimes there will be an icy surface on the stones when I had scrubbed them. One day there was a visitor, a fine, gracious lady, who slipped on the icy stones and almost fell. I managed to catch her.
Aren't you lucky?
She said I had saved her life, and then she offered me to work as a personal maid. She was living in Skingrad, so I went there with her. Alas, the lady was old and fragile. A few months later, she got ill and died,
Wait, I remember this story.
and I had to find a new way to make my
From
living.
a long time ago.
Yes, you know what happened. I started to work for Falani at All
Yes.
Things Alchemical, which was quite an experience. I must say I like her mother better.
I don't really care for her mother at all. Not at all. Hinari Lalu is... well, she's... I swear she's lost her mind. Oh, well, I still have my glass. I'll pour a little bit more. Oh.
What a lovely idea to spend the evening at home. I'm so glad you suggested it.
Excuse me. How about our companionship? Let's talk about that.
You know, sometimes it really irritates me that you never ask for my opinion. For instance, when did you last ask me what I thought we should do next?
It's been a while. What should we do next?
Right now, I don't want to think of tomorrow. I just want to sit like this, together with you, relaxing.
It would be nice if there was a fireplace in this room.
Talk later.
It would be nice. Maybe I have a lot of septums. Excuse me. Perhaps I can get one installed? Probably wouldn't cost that much. I mean, I have over 300,000.
This is nice.
Ridiculously wealthy.
Isn't it?
I think I have way more than my father ever had, actually. I don't know what the royal treasury was like. They never really discussed that around us, or at least around me. Well, I am getting a little tired.
I need something to drink. I think I've been talking too much.
Well, you talk way more than I do. You want more wine?
What a lovely idea to spend the evening at home. I'm so glad you suggested it.
Okay. Tell me about yourself.
Actually, there's something I'd like to ask you instead.
Go ahead.
Am I a burden to you? I mean, do you find me useful? Do you enjoy my company?
I find you very useful.
Oh, guess that's good then. I would have hoped that you had liked my company as well.
Well, of course. You're very excellent company and you're very useful.
Goodbye.
You were asking if you're useful or not. I'm rather cute, am I? Oh.
I hope you're enjoying.
I am enjoying it. Tell me your thoughts.
If I'd ever fall in love again, it would have to be with someone who reminded me a lot of you.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Talk later.
Did I knock something over? Well, I don't want to carry around a tankard. We need a maid. And I'm just terrible. I never did learn to clean up anything back home. We always had the maids of the castle to do it for me. For all of us. Of the family. Okay. I think I've had a lot of wine. Let's try to set this all up. So I don't look like I live in a orc house. You're moving. Vilja! Yeah. Okay. No. Why is everything so much more difficult when you drink? Okay, well, you know what? I'll maybe fix that later. Whew.
You're actually rather cute. Strange, isn't it? The more I drink, the cuter you get.
Alright, don't carry on with that because I'm gonna suggest we just go to bed. Together.
I've finished my meal now, but if you want to sit a little longer, I certainly do not mind.
I've had a lot of alcohol.
It's much nicer than dungeon crawling.
And I'm kind of at the point where I want to go to sleep or do something together more intimate. It has been a lovely evening.
Absolutely lovely. Maybe we can do this soon again.
Okay. Alright.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Everything about us has been moving to get... if I can think clearly, moving slowly towards something better. I think this is a good step in the right direction, don't you think, Wolfgang? You actually talked for quite a while. And it is getting late. It's almost 1 a.m. Let's get a good rest. Wow, you didn't move all night, Wolfgang. What's with that, huh? Very loyal, wolf. I always want to call you a dog. Alright, well...
How are you today?
Did you get some sleep, Vilja?
My favorite book is ABC for Barbarians.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you said that.
Such a source of vital knowledge.
Okay, well, we won't talk about taste in books because, you know...
Wouldn't it be nice to just talk a little, you
We've
and
talked
I?
a lot last night. Alright, well, tell me your thoughts.
The people here tend to be very fond of their city. I once told a lady that Shadenhall was the most beautiful city in Cyrodiil, and she got mad at me.
Well, I wouldn't get mad, but I do disagree. I don't think the buildings here are as beautiful as in Shadenhall. I agree, and there's a nice little stream running through it, but I really like Coral. I really do. Okay, let's go.
Sure.
You can come with us, too. Follow. You're the new Fergus. As long as you don't start killing cats or things you're not supposed to. Well, who is this? Well, he's coming right towards me. Makes me think... Alright, that was odd. I swear he was coming to deliver a letter or something. Hello.
I hope I can help.
You're rather close to my face, actually. Goodbye.
Go hurt something.
Yeah. Well, I've done that a lot in my life. Let's actually go to the bookstore. Renoir's bookstore. I don't know if that was Dharma or her mother. Can't really tell from... Oh, just running by her. Renoir's books. Proper, Breton name. What are you doing?
A pleasure to see you.
Were you pilfering books just now? Alright, let's see what, Estelle Renoir
Good
has to
day.
sell. Oh, do you know Joffrey?
Yes, he lives here near Coral, at Waynham Priory.
Yes.
Leave the town gate, look southeast down
Okay,
the
I
Black
know where
Road.
it is.
You can't miss it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Will you tell me what, Coral?
If you're looking for books, you're in the right place.
Is there me or your voice sounded off there? Heard any good rumors lately?
I'm glad that the Oblivion crisis is over, of course, but I can't help wondering, what happens to the Empire now?
Well, I hope they try to keep it together. Let's see what you have
Need
to
a
sell.
book? You've come to the right place.
Why do you sell clothing? And potions? And food? That's just really odd. Alright, ABC's for... I found Vilja's favorite book. What is Feyfolken, Book 1 and 2? Interesting. Well, I am looking for... Oh, the Black Arrow, Book 2. Well, she has Argonian Account, Book 2 and 4. I have 4 back in. I didn't pick it up. Frostcrag Tower. Or Spire. I always want to call it Tower, but it's actually Spire. The Water-Getting Girl? What? Oh, yeah, I have to get that. Just
I
because
let
it
that go
sounds
too
so
cheaply.
weird. Thief of Virtue? Yes. Treatise on Aleidic cities. Okay, wow, that's expensive, actually. Why don't we haggle? That is very expensive. One of the most expensive books I've ever seen. Varieties of Daedra? I'm pretty sure I've read that before. Vernaculas and Borlor. Oh, let's just get it.
A bargain at any price.
Waters of Oblivion. I think I may have read that. The Wolf Queen, Book 8. I didn't know it went that far. Huh. That is a long series of books. Well, you have guides to all the cities. Now I'm curious what Feyfolken Book 1 and 2 are. Yeah, a lot of books I have to go drop off. Well, I've read the real biography of Baron Zaya. I think I may have read the regular, you know, non-salacious book about her in the past.
Thank you. Come again.
Alright, well, how about I invest 500 gold in the shop?
I would gladly let you invest in my shop. The extra coin will allow me to purchase more goods from adventurers such as yourself.
Stick to books, though. Stop buying clothes and food. I don't know why
Take care.
so many
My
merchants
pleasure,
do that.
really.
Fergus,
Don't
could you
scare the
please
baby.
Stop whistling all the time. Sometimes it gets annoying.
Wait, you're what? Fergus is not here. You know that's the Storm Matronach, right? Oh, hello. You're Castus Scribonia, aren't you? Writer of all those books?
Hello. I'm Castor Scribonia, the writer,
Yes.
author of Woman Gone Wild.
Okay. I think I've spoken to you before. What can you tell me about Coral?
Who is the fairest of them all, other than myself? The proprietor of the Grey Mare is lovely. She and the guard captain would be a nice couple.
Well, goodbye.
Farewell.
Alright, Vilja. I have a whole bunch of
You
books.
have the hands of a healer.
Interesting. I get told I have the hands of a smith. I've been told I'm very strong. I've been asked to make potions for people. Right, what else have they said to me? Oh, I have the smell of death about me. I've been casting many, conjuring many, whatever.
I saw a wraith.
Okay,
That's
a lot of people that always hang out here. The Great Oak. Thankfully, I don't hear them in my house. Otherwise, that would drive me crazy. Alright, let's drop off the books. What books do I want to get rid of? I have a lot of books. I am also carrying quite a bit. There can't be all this weight due to the books. They don't weigh that much. Well, I have all these books. I'm going to put the Black Arrow in. I'm going to read that. I definitely am going to read that. I need part 2, though. What is this water-getting girl? I'm going to look at that right now. It's probably a very short book. No, well, it's just under mid-size. We'll read that another time. Wait, the water-getting girl and the inverse tiger part 1. Yeah. I don't have part 2. Tower Septon's favorite bedtime story. Well, I think that's enough for now, Vilja. Where are you? Alright, well, what do we do next? Well, it is a new day. So, I need to bring Ambacana one of the Aeolid crowns, either by stealing the crown of Nenalata from I don't want to do that, or by recovering the crown of Lindai, as Herminia Cinna suggested. Map. It's actually close by, Lindai, but I don't have a horse. Okay, let's go get the horse. My new horse. Hey, watch out, please. Oh, hanging around the oak. Right in front of my house. I think we went to the wrong place. I don't really care to see that ugly Dunmer right now. Let's go to the Mages Guild.
Please, by all means.
By all means, yes. Anvil, where we can get, what
Have
should
you
I
got
name the
many
new horse?
ingredients in store? If not, maybe we could just go and pick some nice flowers. It's been an...
Last time I was here, I killed Hieronymus Lex. Well, if I see guards running at me... Well, I guess they have their version of the Great Oak here, too. If I see guards running at me, then I know that they're still after me. But let's go and, Profit and Power. It's a little odd to name a horse Power. Where's your parents? Oh, hello.
If you're looking to buy a horse, go inside and talk to Cleesa.
Cleesa. Okay. So what can you tell me about Anvil?
I used to be a knacker. That's how I fancy my horses. Ripe, stiff, and silent. Hate it when they stare at me, dumb beasts.
Pardon? Alright. Goodbye.
Farewell.
What is a knacker? Is that someone that puts on horseshoes? I don't know.
You know what I think? I think that you would look funny.
Wow, you certainly have a lot of children. Are you Cleesa?
Welcome to the Horse Whisperer. Are you interested in a horse?
Yes. I'd like you to buy a horse.
We have the finest white horses in Cyrodiil. None are hardier, and only the black horses of Cheydinhall are faster.
Well, if I have a white horse, maybe Vilja's white horse can keep up with me. Alright, so 4,000 gold, I'll take it.
Wonderful! Go out front. Ernest will have the white saddled and ready for you.
Oh. Toy horse and wagon. Just think, Vilja. What do you think about raising a family? I can actually see you being a mother of many children. This is not the door I came in on. Why did somebody lock it? That was odd. So, I bought a horse. Are you my horse? Shall I call you Power?
I don't ever want to work as a barmaid again.
Well, if your horse is named Brusa, maybe I should come up with a different name. I don't know, I'll have to think of one. Let's give you a little test. Two white horses. Well, we should be able to match speeds then, because I was always outrunning her. And definitely outrunning Fergus's horse. This horse was extremely slow. Well, you're definitely not as fast as Prophet. And I can really feel it. Oh. But apparently the white horses are the strongest. I don't know. Brusa... It is a female horse, actually. I don't want to name him after somebody... I never did know my mother, though. Definitely don't want to name her after my sister. What are you doing? Can I help you?
You look like you've swung a mace or two in your time.
Just one, really. That is odd, what that Nord is doing. Isn't this close by where we took down the, yeah, Umaril the Unfeathered at Garlus Malatar? Alright, so, I'll think of a name. But for now, let's get back to Coral, so we can go down to go over to Lindai. I'm actually looking forward to that. Let's go get that Iliad crown. Be interesting. Will I actually pry it off a corpse of an old dead Iliad, or will it just be lying somewhere?
Don't you think that the white horses are exceptionally beautiful? I've always preferred them. And Bruce is of course the most beautiful of them all.
You know what? Maybe I can't name him after an uncle, or my father, or
Tell
my
me,
brother.
what do you want?
How about I name it after my grandmother, though? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Alright. Let's go. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.